You're on.
Good evening, United Rogue Overwatch. Welcome back. I am joined tonight with Dragon Master. Dragon Master, what's going on?
Hello, everyone. We're ready for the
Um,
first round
yeah.
of playoffs.
We are the very first of either league, actually.
Yeah, I think this is the first game.
Yeah, it's the very first series. Absolutely huge. I mean, we got Houston versus Montreal here. First match of the entirety of United Rogue Overwatch playoffs here in season 6. So honestly, I mean, I've seen both of these teams play. Absolute monster teams. I can't really say who I'm rooting for. I don't want to caster's curse anybody. Either team. Players on both of these teams that I have, you know, rooted for before. But more than that, much more than that, players on some of these teams that I've even gone ahead and selected for MVP, which don't forget to go do. Get some of that good old MVP voting going. If you haven't done it already, vote for your friends, vote for people you're fans of. But Dragon Master, talk to me. What's on the menu for tonight? What's cooking?
Well, I know Houston. The last time Houston and MTL played, I think it was a regular series game near the beginning of the season. But it went to first to 5, all the way 5. So we'll see what happens this time. Looks like they're opting for Antarctic.
They do. The rare map, the least chosen map here to kick off our United Rogue Overwatch playoffs here on Antarctic Peninsula. I think we got ourselves a matchup. For those of you who do not know, we are going to be playing a best of 5 tonight. Playoffs are a best of 5 until finals, which will be a best of 7. Currently, no gambling going on with channel points, which means I get to have my 960 channel points for another day or so. But here we go. We're here. What's happening? And we've had that long break. I know people have been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals and stuff like that, so we're not exactly cold. But I mean, we're coming back. You know, we'll see how these teams ease into this round of playoffs. But what are we expecting to see? What do you think we're going to see here?
Well, I know for MTL they lost one of their players, Chris, with a K, and they subbed him out with Sakura. So I imagine that we'll see either Booger on tank or perhaps Parasite we've seen before. Yeah, it looks like Booger's on tank.
Now, Sakura is making her return to United Rogue Overwatch, United Rogue as a whole, and came in with a crash in actually subbing up for Ruby League in our last week before playoffs, before the break, playing for Buffalo and pulling out a clean sweep win, unfortunately against my team. Not exactly something I'm particularly proud of or happy about. But as we're coming out of the gate here, we've got a lore-accurate May coming out from Marked Up, the Ram versus Ryan Classic counter comp, and
they have the Dead Inside Sim Classic. They usually use that for rotations and TPs.
Wonderful to see in Emerald. Really showing that these are the better teams.
Oh, Booger Bear falls early though.
Absolutely great pick there from Marked Up on that May, taking down Booger Bear and stopping a bit of that momentum. And yep, got a little bit of a support trade coming out there. I mean they're keeping pretty relatively even right now. No team wipes coming out. Teams really seem to be just trying to feel each other out here as the match starts.
Yeah. They also we can see the comps, but they can't, so they gotta see. They probably just saw the comp and were like, well, we gotta figure out.
A little bit of an adjustment there, though. I mean, as you can see from Montreal, swapping to that Mercy there on the part of Ashura Sakura. The Sim going down there with a quick res. One thing that we noted in the Buffalo matchup, in another gameplay from Ashura Sakura, is the amount of reses she gets off. I mean, you're pretty much looking at one per team fight. And they really are quite good. But Booger Bear getting absolutely melted there. Dead Inside taking beatdowns though. Yeah, great pick.
They do get the trade though with the ult.
They did, and it's a great trade.
Okay, there's
and a res. Oh, it's huge.
They popped a lot of ults there. They just popped Reaper ult, Sim ult, and they used Ryan ult. And they res
now the Mercy all coming out. As if they heard you. Hey, no stream sniping. But they do get the point flip that they do desperately need there, as Houston gets almost 80% on that point. Do you think Montreal is going to be able to hold this?
Well, judging by okay, he got walled. I think so for a little bit. I imagine they'll probably get to about 30 or 40%.
We do have teams currently marked wrong on stream. Thank you very much, Foliage, for pointing that out in the chat. That is true. Both of these teams now pulling out ults. Juno ult coming out. Fantastic ult there from Insanity, taking out Parasite. As Caliho takes out Insanity, the beatdowns onto Booger Bear there. That Ram really putting in work. And it looks like Houston's going to run Montreal off this point. A quick rotate here being absolutely necessary. The Mercy's going to stagger here really, really, really badly. And
I think they have about one more fight.
If they even manage to make it to point. And they're just going to... They have to go straight in. They've got about 10 seconds here.
Well, I think Booger's probably going to take a charge in here.
I think he will too. 7, 6, 5, 4, and there we go. Boom, there it is. A charge straight into point. Oh no, doesn't make it. 1. Oh, and they make it onto point. Everyone's there. Oh, a huge blizzard from Marked Up. Absolutely brutal. But Parasite finding the kill on the Biscuit.
Nice.
Wow, great work on that Reaper.
Wait, and they res Booger. And it's just the tank from Houston. He pops out though, wait.
Oh!
That could cost them later. And now they
absolutely could. Parasite actually just dropped, what, a 4K right there?
3K.
Is that a 3K from Parasite? Great work on that Reaper. Unfortunate there on the part of Beatdowns losing that Ram ult. That's, yeah, as you pointed out, that's going to hurt them out, later, but they really only need that one team fight in order to make the magic happen here and take this first point.
I think he used it to try and survive and hold point, but I would take that back if I were him. I don't want that back.
No, hey, you're not wrong. Oh man, Booger Bear absolutely running through that back line. You don't like to see that.
But Booger Bear does fall.
He might, but
res.
That is the third res onto Booger Bear there from Ashura Sakura.
That was the super.
My goodness. My goodness. And at this point, if you're Houston, you got to make it to point. You really got to make it to point. And they're going to get absolutely smoked for their troubles. Marked up in the back line. Oh man.
Wait, tank might touch. He touched.
He might, but he's 1v5. It's.
I don't think. And that's round 1 to Montreal. And
that what a comeback.
I really think that Houston might have had that if he didn't use that ult or the what was his name, the Ram.
Booger Bear.
Yeah. Well, no, not Booger Bear.
Booger Bear. Beatdowns. My bad. Beatdowns.
Beatdown didn't use ult. I think they would have had that, but big comeback from Montreal to get round 1. And we're going to, I think this is sub level. I can't remember.
I mean, we are. I don't know the exact names, but we are moving on here, and the question that has to be asked is, I mean, I get it, yeah, Montreal had those had the fantastic flips and everything. Caliho, by the way, switching off the Kiri onto the Moira here, and we're seeing a Torb from Marked Up with the Cass. Booger Bear, from Insanity. The question that I have is this. Is Booger going to continue running this Rhine into this Ram? He is getting absolutely pummeled into the ground in this tank matchup, and it's not even close.
Booger, if I remember correctly, Booger mostly plays Rhine. Like, I'm pretty sure he's only a Rhine player. He does play Orisa sometimes too, but mostly Rhine.
That does very much explain why Beatdowns is so confident in running this Ram into him. But as I say that, you know what? I eat my words as Dead Inside on the junk taking out Biscuit. You know what? Montreal, I'm sorry. I take it back. You know, you guys are doing great. Dude, don't stop doing what you're doing.
Oh, by the way, Caliho is usually a Moira player. So like 90% of games I see him in, he plays Moira.
I see. So this is more of a comfort pick that we got going here.
Yeah, and he usually almost always picks this character.
I see.
Let's see. Okay, they're going up high ground. The early Suzu, Biscuit goes down. They get a flank.
Nobody contesting point at the moment at all. Not a single person on it. As Insanity finally
they
hops
get
on
another
the
res.
point.
They res the tank. They're not. They need to contest this Mercy.
As I mentioned before, Ashura Sakura on that Mercy, as sure as the sun's gonna rise in the morning, is gonna keep getting reses. And we're now watching Little Man versus Big Man, and Marked Up takes out Booger Bear. It's not the size of the hammer, it's how you beat a Rhine to death with it.
They also buffed it like 2 patches ago to like do like 20 more damage.
Oh, yeah, because of course, because that's what Torb was missing from his kit, obviously. And we've got OG Buns, a tank, a Junkrat enjoyer in the chat. A big fan of this Junkrat, as Dead Inside feeds him more content, taking out the Torb and his baby turret.
Well, he's on my team. Whenever we all play Junkrat, we always call it Buns at home.
Very true. Insanity's not getting anyone down, and Parasite and Dead Inside are going to do some cleanup here on this point. I mean, Houston is having such a hard time getting this momentum here, you know? And every single time it seems like they're up, you know, they're making headway. Montreal just rallies back. Houston has to find that foothold, you know, that pressure, the momentum to allow them to pull through. They had it in the last game, and it's just a matter of holding on to it all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that they need to do is kill, or at least pressure this Mercy out from using res. Because every time they kill Booger, and then seemingly they're about to win, and then they leave the Mercy to like go res Booger.
True, and Parasite on this Reaper right now is honestly pretty much the DPS MVP of this match.
He's a menace.
I'm sorry, Dead Inside. I'm sorry, I take it back. Gosh. You know, like the moment I start speaking, you know, it all wow.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh,
it's insanity. It's fun.
Oh my goodness.
They're spawn holding them.
And Booger Bear is at the spawn doors. Oh no.
And there's map 1 from MTL.
Yeah, Montreal has taken map 1. And I think the most surprising thing out of all this is that Ashura Sakura has gone and bought the Cosmic skin for Mercy there.
I don't think that's surprising at all. I think she has
is it not surprising?
No, I think she buys literally every Mercy skin when it comes out.
That's understandable. The only thing keeping Activision Blizzard in business, your local Mercy main.
The Mercy main, the Mercy Mafia.
Please make sure to donate so they can... Yeah. They may not be able to afford food this month, but, you know, they'll get that Mercy skin. But yeah, no, I mean, I really enjoyed that. That was such a fantastic, you know, the first point, for me personally, that first point was so great. You know, watching Houston almost getting it, Montreal, you know, coming on back. And And we saw a little bit of that with almost about a 59% take there from Houston on that second point. But unfortunately, you know, it just didn't pan out for them. They just weren't able to get that same momentum back. And I wonder if perhaps for in the first game it was that Ram just bullying the Rhine, but Booger managed to turn around there on second point and really make a much stronger showing on the Rhine. What are your thoughts on what we're going to see here going forward as we go to Circuit Royale?
Well, I wonder if they'll swap Tracer in, because Tracer was also a good tank player. And they went that against, what was it? Was it Houston? I'm trying to remember. They went one of the games they were about to lose. They reverse swept them, and Tracer came back on the tank and won them the game.
Oh, I don't remember when this was. This was a while ago.
Yeah. But
memory fails me, and I take back everything I said about gambling because we're gambling in the chat. As Dragon goes and pulls out and peruses the you are Overwatch archives, make your predictions. Hear ye! It's time for Gamba in the you are Overwatch Twitch chat. What do you say? What'll we get? Currently 3K to 590 on Houston, and not that much on Montreal.
Oh, it was against Pitt. That's what it was.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that was a week 4 game. That's a long time ago.
There you go. Yeah, it was. As I said, it was a good bit ago, and they got swept right back. As is said in the chat. But here we go. We are off to a wonderful, sunny, mildly cloudy day here on Circuit Royale.
Ooh,
and
you going Orisa, and Beatdown is going the classic Zarya, and that's usually what they run. I don't know. I don't think they ran it last time because they wanted to run the Ram against the Rhine.
True. But there's one thing that I'm looking for on this map. I've seen it. We've seen it many times. The tried, tested, and true I'm Insanity on the Widow. Dead Inside putting in the B movie script in the chat for good luck, as Junkrat players very often do whenever he's on the Soj. And we are away we go.
By the way, I didn't mention this before, but I believe MTL was on for like 4 hours practicing to get warmed up for this. Yeah, so.
Okay, all right. So yeah, no Marvel Rivals rust here. Okay. You love to see it. You love to hear about it.
Booger falls low and he dies, but Soccer is rezzing.
Unfortunately, the caster curse coming out, and Booger gets to quote-unquote try again, and does great. Big Green goes down. Marked Up getting the pick out onto Caliho. That little support trade coming on in there, and Mercy falling, and we've got the classic Marked Up Pharah. I figured that I'm Insanity would put a stop to this, but we have seen what happens when Marked Up is allowed to run rampant, and I'm sorry, I'm Insanity would have put a stop to this. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Montreal would put a stop to this. My goodness. I'm really just watching the Widow. We've seen I'm Insanity pick up like a 13K or something like that on this map before. Literal, highlight reels. I've got Widow on the brain. Ignore me. But I was really hoping that Montreal would find something to put a stop to this. Because
Booger did swap to the Rhine though. Oh, and there goes the Marked Up falls. He does get Booger.
Dead Inside does the job. Does what needs to be done. No way! Come on!
For her life.
I mean, it's not like you've got much of a team fight here going on, but
I think they're just trying to stall as long as they can.
Booger wants it, and Booger wants it bad.
And there goes the Widow ult.
For those of you in Twitch chat who are unaware, this I'm Insanity Widow is the stuff of Emerald Legend at this point. Here on Circuit Royale. This is his playground. You know, we'll see a bit more probably on defense. But fantastic grab there. Oh man, what a grab!
We did get him to swap once, but I think it was only after like 3rd point.
No, Houston, this is one of Houston's strongest maps. They are historically absolute demons on this map, and I frankly would want nothing to do with them on here. Either you dive that Widow, or you die to that Widow, is really how it goes. But look at Marked up there. He sees the Reaper coming for the Widow and immediately moves to protect. As Dead Inside does get the pick out on the big green, right? But that Pharah getting that protection and Beatdown's getting the revenge onto Dead Inside as Sakura reses it pretty much immediately, as is tradition.
Yep. And Booger does swap to Sigma. This is a Sig map. I was wondering when we would see a Sig.
And it'll take a little bit of time, but here we go. We are out.
All the Qs are being pressed.
Yeah, ults on both sides. Dead Inside fighting the pick on time. Insanity immediately getting cooked by Marked up on the Pharah. Great barrage there onto the Sojourn. And look at that bubble. Great bubble there from Beatdowns to save him from eating a big
and Booger
large amount of damage to the face. And Booger does go down. Parasite picking up 3! Oh my goodness, the res and the 4th onto Biscuit. Only falling for the Parasite, and Sakura takes down Insanity.
The only reason that was not a 4K is because that's Suzu.
I mean, it was a 4K, no?
Well, 4K Blossom.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, he did end up getting 4. Amazing work there from Parasite, and immediately switches out onto the Ash. Actually, very interesting switch there from Parasite, dropping out on that Reaper. Probably not wanting to contest that far all too much. Both of these DPS now really going ranged. As Insanity takes down Booger Bear, and Houston gets the momentum that it was looking for.
I think they want a more consistent pick against the Pharah, because Sojourn is a hit scab, but like only during Railgun. So
certainly, if I'm Montreal, you might want to get to point. And they do, but with only 4 meters left, as Parasite takes down Biscuit.
Again. Oh, that's a big grab.
A huge grab! Oh my goodness! Marked up, taking down 2 with Barrage, 4K, and I think Houston finished this off.
Wait, Wait!
Parasite doesn't live through that. Absolutely not.
No,
and Houston...
he killed everybody else.
And Houston makes it in with over 3 minutes. That is a monster push. Absolutely monster push. If you're Montreal looking at that time, you're not happy. You don't like what you're seeing. You don't want to do it. But if you want to win, you gotta.
I wonder if Booger's gonna start on the Sigma, or maybe because the Orisa doesn't really work against the Tsar.
I suppose. I mean, the Sig would be a very smart move. Runos recommends.
Especially on this map. The reason Sig is played so much is because this is Widow's playground, so you have to. Okay, Booger decides to go for Ram.
I should have gambled, said Rico. We here at United Rogue Overwatch would like to remind everyone in the Twitch chat and anyone watching this VOD that Gamba is not good for you. It's not good. We don't recommend it. However, Gamba with channel points might be. Yeah. Should age restrict it, you know? 25 and older. I'd be the only one allowed to do it. But here we go. We've got... Oh, Parasite.
Wait, Parasite's China.
Oh, Parasite. Opting for the Widow 1v1 versus Insanity. Let's see it. Who falls first? Who wins? Who loses? You decide. As the Echo tries to go for the cheeky over the top of the Mercy, do we get any value from that with Dead Inside?
We get him to look a little bit. He's going over again. They're getting him to at least look away from the tank. While they
certainly. But, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on here right now.
Well, they kind of gotta wait to get around the corner, because until the cart gets around the corner, you really can't push much.
These
further.
widows are dueling though, and goes immediately down to dead inside. Dead inside.
Wait, that's big. Wait, Parasite picks off Biscuit.
Oh my goodness.
And Booger gets marked.
Is there no honor here? Is there no honor whatsoever interrupting a widow 1v1? I can't believe it, Montreal. Dead inside, you should be ashamed of yourself. I can't believe it.
At the same time that you are on Houston's map, and you do win by any means necessary.
It is absolutely the right play. Very, very nice pick there from Dead Inside. And overall, great plays there from Montreal on this push so far. They're making good time, and they do need it. Houston's got a lot of time in that bank, and I'm hoping we get a nice long overtime fight from both of these teams.
Booger falls dangerously low without a cooldown. And the copies the Zarya.
Parasite was a big pick on the mid green.
Kind of walking in.
And Zarya's won. Oh, and she lives. I can't believe
Not yet.
it.
No, she's trying to touch. She's low. Falls.
There we go, and goes down. Montreal are just fighting for this tooth and nail.
Mark goes down. It's just Insanity and Biscuit.
Look at this point presence
and the
for Houston. My goodness. I mean, they of course end up losing the point, but what a wonderful effort there from Houston, fighting, as I said, tooth and nail to try and keep it going. Great picks there from Parasite. I mean, at that point, it's a shooting gallery for you. They're forced to stay on point, but great picks nevertheless.
And Insanity did swap off Widow. He swapped a soldier.
He did. I mean, it's not a bad pick whatsoever. You do want to get some presence there onto the pharmacy, but Parasite just continuing to run it down here with a pick onto Biscuit there, and Houston a little bit on the back foot here with a man down.
Oh, and there's a big window and annihilation, and they kind of take point pressure. And they're all backing up now. And I think
Montreal, I think it's point B. Yeah, oh yeah. There it is.
Teabagging on point.
I mean, somebody's got to push that point. It's not Marvel Rivals. Don't push itself. Biscuit getting the pick onto Parasite. Come on, Houston. Come on now. Sorry. No caster curse. No caster curse. I say as Insanity picks up the kill on the Dead Inside. And they've got points.
And MTL wisely opting to back out in favor of going in against the Zarya Nano.
Yeah, very much so. It is time to regroup. Time to gather ourselves, sing a few Christmas carols, a few weeks late, and apparently go right down again because
Juno ult comes out and
I tried to be nice. I bet my channel points here onto Montreal to try and be like, hey, maybe you guys get it, No one was voting for them, but I know what now Houston looks like on this map, and they look great. So, I guess I'm broke.
I mean, they did pop one of the most powerful support ults and a nano to hold it.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
What the combo!
An amazing play! A fantastic grab from Beatdowns and the barrage follow-up from Marked Up, and yes, that too. And I guess it's just cleanup time at spawn. Hey guys, we're not playing Stardew Valley. It's not a farming sim. Come on now. Let him out of spawn a little bit, Let him have a little bit of fun.
I think Houston's trying to true combo. I mean, they did it in the first game, and they've been doing it ever since. The grab far ult.
Ooh, DPS trade. Both of our flyers down. Biscuit falling down to Parasite. And I think Montreal is up here. Oh boy, oh this poor Zarya.
Bob
manages to live, but just barely.
The Bob is kind of on this weird angle where she couldn't see the Zarya.
I guess, but she certainly ain't holding that front line for very long.
No, it's forced to retreat.
Gala going down here is Montreal already. Look at the amount of time that Houston got on that push there. Montreal's already at a time deficit, and they're still not even on that final straightaway.
No.
Um,
if you can get to the third, like at the end, that would be great for MTL because at least you could hold it again.
Absolutely, but Houston here, I think that I think they're gonna have a really tough time pushing through here on the part of Montreal. I mean, they've got to take that high ground on that right side if they want to go through on this.
The big window. They get the area early, but they did get
four-man grab immediately. Doesn't get a single person though this time. They don't manage to capitalize on it.
Oh, they didn't have anything to combo with it.
Figures just got blown up. That's it.
No,
hey, you know what?
Alt plus Bastion form.
When one ult isn't enough, drop a second. Welcome to Overwatch.
Pop all 5 if you need it.
The grab wasn't enough. Drop a Juno on them. Statistically speaking, if you drop enough ults, eventually they're gonna die. You know. And Marked up here is looking for that barrage. Look at him hunting that barrage.
Wait, they did damage to a corner.
And there it is. There's the barrage from Marked Up.
They get 3.
Takes out 3 immediately. I mean, a fantastic Pharah player as always.
I wonder how much shield Booger had. If Booger turned around and shielded that, I don't think he had enough shielding.
Maybe. Regardless, they've got 50 seconds, less than 50 seconds left here on the part of Montreal. Either you push that point in, or that's all she wrote here for Circuit Royale.
Well, to be fair, they did push it really far, considering this is their map.
Very fair, very, very, very fair, and we have less than 30 seconds here on the part of Montreal. Do Houston get their first map or not? Find out in the next 30 seconds.
Oh, and they get another one. It's just Bob going in. Gets one.
And Booger goes down. Oh no.
Another one.
I mean,
wait, but they still have Bob.
They might. Oh, don't get that res.
Resing it.
Oh no, Soccer getting the res. Oh, it's a heartbreak, and we are now in overtime. Montreal here, no res anymore, no surprise stuff.
Oh
no.
Get away with that shatter.
Oh, Booger's just getting rolled here on this Rhine. And
yeah,
Houston. I mean, Marked Up has gone down, but they're pushed off a point. Are they going to be able to live? Sakura is still floating around there. Is there a res in someone's future? There might be. There just might be. She's contesting for the moment. The Mercy contests.
Look at this movement. Look at the DPI.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Sakura
oh my goodness.
Oh, there. Okay.
Nope,
they
nope, that's it. That's it.
They had it. Booger tried to touch.
And Houston are on the board. Welcome to Emerald Playoffs. We are 1-1 in maps. Houston versus Montreal. Round 1.
And there's the beatdown play. I imagine this is going to be the 4-man or 5-man grab.
Listen, if it was... Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Look at this. Huge.
I honestly, I thought it was going to be the...
It was the other 5-man grab, sorry.
Yeah. The other 5-man. I thought it was gonna be the 5-man with Marked.
I mean, this is that's it. We have a match. we have a match, and away we go.
Round 3.
Do we see a game? Do we see a game 5? That's all I need to know. Do we see a game 5?
I think we do, but it also depends on what maps they pick and whether or not MTL can keep up against this Czar Pharah shenanigans.
You know what? Honestly, that should be the bet. Are we going to see a map 5? That's what I want to know. You know?
I'm gonna say yes.
What do we? I don't very often ask Twitch chat. It's usually not a good idea. What do you guys think in Twitch chat? Do we see a map 5 from these two teams? We're 1-1 right now in the series. Do we see a map 5? Let's see what the peanut gallery comes up with.
We gotta wait a few seconds. The stream is a little behind.
We'll let them. We'll let them take their time. And in the meantime, we know where we're going next.
Oh, and it looks like. Wait. Why is Tracer on? What? I think the teams are messed up.
Oh, are they now?
Houston and MTL are on the wrong side.
Are they? They are. They are on the wrong sides.
Yeah. Regardless, it looks like Tracer is going in for the tank instead of Booger. Especially on this I think they're playing defense. Oh, I guess they get the pick. Or Houston gets the pick, I mean. This defense is notoriously, or sorry, offense is notoriously hard on this first point.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a rough offense. It really is. It's also a very varied offense. You know, you got open spaces, closed spaces. You know, you need to play a little bit of varied Overwatch here.
Yeah. And there's really only that, like, there's that first choke, and then once you get past that, then it opens up. But like, in order to get through that, you have to go through that choke, unless you go a flying character and go around.
Also, we've got our predictions are in the Twitch chat, huh? And they look a bit like this. Cake Man DJ, good old Cake, coming in and saying Houston takes the rest of the games. Generally mean, not at all biased, by the way. Coming in and saying who all the way. And once again, generally mean, absolutely not biased towards Houston whatsoever. Houston, generally mean, who even knows what those two are doing along, with each other. Cake saying I'll be his GM forever. No idea how that's relevant, but thank you. Also, I won't be. And go to part saying that, oh my goodness, we have a Montreal prediction here. Oddly enough, I think Montreal can do it if they stop falling for the same trap, which is true. Which absolutely is true.
They also need a strong DP, like a hit scan, because they go like Reaper or what was it? Not Sojourn, Genji or something. That's usually their strong picks.
Listen, what needs to happen, as I've said, every single time Marked Up does the same thing that Marked Up is currently doing, is that somebody needs to kill the freaking Pharah. Come on. I mean, he's getting away with literal murder here. Not even murder, he's getting away with multiple murder. Live on United Rogue Overwatch. I don't understand how we're broadcasting this. It's got to be against Twitch TOS.
Mass murder.
Really? It's over and over again. You gotta stop the Pharah. As I say that, though, it's really easy to stop the Pharah when you're running a Torb, so...
And, well, they also have Parasite on the Pharah.
Parasite's the Pharah now.
And Tracer is on the tank on... Ram.
Doctor Who is playing, apparently. Not sure. Not sure why Doctor Who is playing. Dead Inside throwing into the Dr. Plagueis copy pasta. I think we're just throwing in stuff in there. A fun fact about Biscuit 13. He likes waffles. A very, very bold choice there from Biscuit with the waffle pick. Myself, I can go for some waffles. Belgian waffles are pretty great too. But here we go. We are away here on Eichenwald.
Going around. Insanity falls low. He gets him.
Absolutely goes down. This team here on Montreal is a bit split. They're not really together right now.
No, but they're making it work right now.
They're slowly getting pushed together by this Houston team. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Houston's getting pushed together by this Montreal team. Sorry about that.
And Houston does flip it on them.
They absolutely do. Holding that point. They almost got that first tick, but didn't quite get it.
And beatdown already almost 70% all.
And absolutely, and we are watching time tick down here. A lot of time on the clock, for the moment. But teams are building ults right now. You know, we've got one team fight down, but standing and choke isn't going to do. Yeah, standing and choke is not going to help him out here on the side of Montreal.
When you go in, you gotta be quick and decisive about this, and if you're not, then you're just gonna be full held. That's kind of how this goes.
And the Lord Stand calling out the insanity insta swap. We don't mention those. We don't mention those. And sticking on that ram though, Parasite taking on the turret as they're looking for that push here from Montreal. Are they going to get it? Standing and choke versus that Zarya is just going to build charge for her, honestly. They're going to get lasered down by a high-power Zarya, and nobody likes that. Other than
Zarya does get through the initial choke. We'll see. They get
Nano. Make it through. Huge grab though. Do they capitalize?
Oh, they get marked up.
A huge Torvald on it. Only taking out one though. Nanos are out.
And there's Juno ult.
And Juno ults, I think, is going to be the deciding factor there for them. And
they do get the tank
go down. It goes down.
Tracer falls
Great pick there. Parasite ults, and that's it.
Tracer was really low, and coming back, and it looks like Sakura swapped to the Triangle Mercy. From the
Parasite being taken down by the aimbot in the lobby.
But Rez coming back.
And that's it. Point A taken there for Montreal. They are, and away they go.
Sakura dancing on point.
Very tactical strategy. And here we go. Posted up on high ground.
And Dead Inside does seem to swap to Bastion.
Trying to see here what exactly their plan is to push up here. Or are they just going to try to get point?
They're just trying to hold it for now. Eventually they're going to either have to drop down or...
Other than the Zarya just raining down on top, and there's not a whole lot of pressure. It might be because Parasite and Calaho are pushing the high ground, getting absolutely just mowed down for their troubles. But what's not happening is the point's not being contested here.
Marked up, finally contested. And Sakura
at long last, but it's still going.
Still pushing him.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Mercy out.
Guys, they just pushed halfway without the point being contested.
They're holding on. They forgot about. They held high ground and good strat until they realized.
Listen. It's one thing when you don't see the payload and it caps behind you. It's a whole other thing when you're looking at the darn thing and still not contesting. Come on, come on. It's okay. They just wanted the payload behind them so they can, now they have to walk to the payload. Necessarily a bad plan. As Insanity takes out Tracer Eraser.
That's true, but if they do get, like, one push, and they get through that, then it can backfire.
It sure can. It sure can. Which is why, personally, this is not one of, the Arunos recommended strats. But they're moving along, trying to get a pick out onto the Zarya. Doesn't work. Tracer Eraser is one. Just straight up one. And here comes Bastion ult. Is he gonna lay it on Tracer Eraser? She's dead. Yep, that's it. Boom! The pick from Marked Up with the hammer on Tracer Eraser. Marked Up, proving the Torbjorn supremacy. Do they find the Reaper down here? Yep, they do. Oh yeah, they do. Parasite is going in on the Bastion. Is he gonna get the pick? Doesn't get it. Ends up falling, and that's a big stagger.
Sure. And then
huge stagger, and there we go. I mean, we've got grab out,
falls,
picks out one, and starts going in on Tracer Eraser. I don't think she makes it out of that. I do not think she makes it out.
Oh, well, she popped ult.
There's the ult. But you can just run away if you're beatdowns. Or you can counter ult with Juno. That also works.
Sure, Tracer's really low. Wait, he's hammering him.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
No!
Oh my goodness gracious, Marked Up. No. No, you don't like to see it. Marked Up, come on.
I don't know.
There's gotta be a limit. There has got to be a limit. That's what, 3? That's the third one we've seen? Stop.
Is this against
Get some
the
help.
Geneva Convention?
It's not nice.
Oh my!
It's not
Tracer
nice.
got blown up.
Oh my goodness gracious! I don't.
And I don't think they
this-
touch.
I don't
Oh, wait,
know
no,
what
they-
I am watching this round. Honestly, I'd like to forget it.
Well, at least they got past first point, so all they have to do is hold first point.
I guess. All you need to do is just full hold first point and you win. Yeah.
Don't mess up.
Be a little bit easier said than done.
Yeah.
But I don't on both sides here. I'm not quite sure what happened.
I feel like a lot of ults were popped and a lot of things were done.
A lot of there were stagger
and a lot of
after
hammer kills.
stagger. I mean, my favorite one is the payload going halfway to point B with everybody just kind of looking at it like, yeah, you know.
That's not important at all.
It's a mercy and a payload. All right, it's good. Send it through. No contraband here. Well, if I ever need people for a security checkpoint, I'm not going to be choosing them. Sorry. But here we go. We have it is a decent push, honestly. They do have to do a bit more than full hold here. They pushed about half the map through.
I don't know if that counts though, because it pushed almost all the way back to the beginning.
Sounds good.
Does it?
No, it still counts. It counts the furthest distance pushed. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see if you take a look at the back there, you can see the little yellow area where it's gonna end up.
Oh yeah.
But here we go. Away we go. And Houston is going to be on the attack here, attempting to beat out Montreal here on the defense. And going top right, I guess, is the move. Marked up falling to Parasite rather quickly. And this Sig Poke comp here putting to work. Insanity takes down Parasite, a little bit of a revenge there. And this Sig is getting melted. Tracer Racer goes down almost immediately. Pulling like a...
after.
Yeah, not great. And it looks like Houston is going... Yep, Houston takes first point. 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, 5.5.
Oh boy.
Let's see the damage. Tracer
And they're
Racer does
still
pop
getting picks here. Oh no. Oh boy. All right. Well, I mean, it's not lost yet, but you gotta regroup. You gotta regroup, and you gotta regroup fast here. If you're looking to stay in this Montreal. Marked up finding buried treasure down in the river, running through Eichenwald. Not sure what or why, but there's something in there. Meanwhile, Biscuit quietly and calmly pushing this payload. A little bit of pressure from Parasite up top. But the payload continuing to go. Big Green going down to dead inside there on the Soj. And with about 450 left to go, this payload is about to enter the very end here, as Tracer Racer jumps in on the Winston.
And there's a
Finally
grab.
a big grab coming out, no picks yet, and everybody managing to make it out. Dead inside and marked up, trading with a little bit of trade there going on. Tracer Racer with a big ult. Unfortunately, not too great. I think a bit premature. They're on the side of the May.
A little bit under 4 meters away.
Yeah, 4 meters away and 4:13 left. At this, now you do have to full hold it.
Now you do.
Yep. Before it was a pretty decent overstatement. But at this point, it is not. If you are Montreal, you must full hold this payload, or you lose the whole map. And forfeit a good bit of momentum here in the series. And unfortunately for them, Houston has decided it's time to get going. It's just Tracer Racer V3. Does Tracer Racer make it through?
Jump.
0.21 meters. Tracer Racer versus 2. Still living. Tracer Racer still alive. Tracer Racer goes down. And Houston go up 2-1 in the series.
you know, if I'm Montreal, I'm looking and kicking myself over that because that was their map that they chose, and now they're down 2-1.
I mean, it's
I guess they get another map because they lost, but
they do, but it is a massive hit to your morale to lose on your map. You know, it's not. There's a lot of things in games that are not exactly quantifiable by metrics and stats, you know, and the morale hit that you take from going down on your own map, even if it's not an actual loss, can still be substantial and completely shatter a team's momentum, you know.
true.
People can stop calling, people can stop talking. You might make worse hero choices, worse plays, whatever it might be. You don't like to see it. Not saying
But
that
also,
Montreal is down and out, right?
but
Because
also MTL has come back before in that week 4 against Pitt.
They certainly have. This is a team that is no stranger to fighting off the back foot, but which we love to see. But
they cannot lose from here. If they lose
at this point, yep, it's crunch time. For those of you who don't know and are not aware, in United Rogue Overwatch, playoffs are single elimination. If you lose the match, if you can lose the games, a few games here and there, but once you lose the match, your season is over. GG, you go next. See you in Season 7 of United Rogue Overwatch. So, right here, Houston has the chance to put Montreal away for good. And this is where you, if you're Houston, you've got, you've got hunger in your eyes. You're thirsty. So, as much as I'd like to say that this is going to be the Houston show, Montreal here, they just might come back. They might come back, and they certainly have before. They're no strangers to it. Anything can happen.
It also hurts their morale. They're talking about in the chat the hammer kills.
Yep, the hammer kills, and trust me when I say I played on Houston before, and we had, we ourselves had a Torbjorn for the entire season plus all of playoffs. We had our own fair share of hammer kills, and people got upset about it. It's a strategy. It is absolutely a strategy.
I also believe your team was the only one in United Rogue history to go undefeated, right?
We were the only team to go undefeated. That is correct.
The Torbjorn goes hard in this.
And we never played. Yeah, we had a Torbjorn every game, every single game, every single map, every point, everything. We always had a Torbjorn.
Torbjorn goes hard in this league.
Torbjorn goes hard in general. Torbjorn is lore accurate, the protagonist of Overwatch. That is not the official United Rogue Overwatch position. That is my personal opinion. But in my opinion, Torbjorn is the main character of Overwatch. Take it to the bank.
Oh, and it looks like they're going to Throne of Anubis.
Nope. Throne of Anubis. We're headed to Clash. And this could be a very quick win for Houston, or a crushing defeat. If you are Houston, you've got your own momentum to worry about. Right now, they're up, they're feeling great, they're one off of winning, moving forward in the playoffs, the first team to do so. But this could also be a loss. And if it is a loss, it'll be a big one for them, because Montreal will get that fire back and, and really, really look to put them in, away in that Game 5. But anything can happen. Whichever way it goes, it's high stakes for everybody. Sure. And I mean high stakes is in high stakes, betting wise, not altitude wise.
Oh, and it looks like
we will not be eating steaks, on a plane today.
It looks like they put in Piper for support, and Parasite is on tank right now.
we've got a switcheroony here.
And Booger's on DPS. Interesting.
And we've got the Shia LaBeouf copy pasta, the Just Do It in the chat. United Rogue Overwatch, not sponsored by Nike. Please sponsor United Rogue Overwatch.
I think every single round that Inside has done a different copy pasta.
He has indeed. You love to see it. Bringing a bit of flair, a little flavor here to United Rogue Overwatch playoffs here on twitch.tv/United Rogue Overwatch. But here we go.
Down is on the Rhine.
We have the Rhine into the JQ here from Parasite. The first time we've seen a JQ this series so far, marked up on the Junkrat. If OG Buns is still here, you've got some stuff. But the rest coming out and beatdowns coming through. I'm going to be honest, Houston are looking absolutely freaking terrifying right now as they take that first point.
I don't know, Parasite was putting in work and then walked into 2 Junkrat traps.
Parasite is currently getting staggered into the next century as Montreal, if they want to fight this, are going to have to fight this without their tank. Staggering here is not a good idea on Clash. It can lose you the game very quickly. This type of game mode goes real quick. It'll go even faster if somebody decides to get on point and take point, guys.
True, but also if the team that's on defense does lose, then the opposing team that's on the back foot can actually take it really quickly.
You're correct. Well, so far they could have taken probably about half to 3/4 of that point and haven't done it yet. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Parasite fell again.
I suppose they're looking to get some kills, but they could have been on point that whole time and simply just kind of weren't. But here we go. They get it, and they now move to that final point. Beatdown's taking out Booger Bear. Parasite falling real quick. And Sakura is probably going to go down here as well. A shatter onto nothing. That is a shatter for BM. And at this point, they are spawn camping this other team. I wouldn't stand there if I were you. I'm going to be honest. If I were Houston, I would get my butt out of there and get it out fast.
And it looks like there's some taunting going on in the chat.
There is taunting going on in the chat. Please do not BM the other team if you are playing here in United Rogue Overwatch. We don't support that kind of stuff. Don't do it. It doesn't look good. A lot of pressure here.
Yep, and Cake rightfully in the chat calling mystery heroes on MTL part.
I mean, I suppose so. But this, that never looks good. Please, once again, do not BM other teams. And here we are. We're back again. Back on the point we just left, with a 3-1 there on the part of Houston. Looking rather strong here, as points about to unlock in 3. Big Green going down, beat down, taking down a dead inside on that Echo. And
Parasite falls low. Parasite falls.
And maybe walking into that back line, but there's a solid 3 alive here. And the Mercy's alive. Oh no, does Dead Inside do it? Does Dead Inside manage to 1v2 here?
It's a 1v3
maybe?
now.
No, not quite.
Huh?
And once you're in this kind of rut, it's so difficult to take it back, you know? It is so rough. If you are on Montreal here, you want to break this cycle so quickly. But not really looking like it might happen as both of the supports go down. The ult's coming out though.
Oh, and the shatter
there's
comes out.
The shatter. Big shatter. 2 probably getting picked up here. Certainly 1. And gets the fire strike. Great fire strike and beatdowns onto Dead Inside. And they're going to take the second to last point that they need. Oh my goodness.
And this is down to the wire. I don't imagine they'll push this last one. I imagine they'll push it and get some ults out on their side, and then let them have it because it's really difficult to cap this last point.
Maybe so, but it's, you know, they only need that one extra tick. They really do only need that one tick.
The last one is harder and harder to get, like, so.
It is, but there looks like they might try to go for it. They are going for it, and Diva gets demeched here almost immediately, and the EMP coming out, but no picks dropping right now. We have Juno ults. They're committing both teams committing tons of resources here. Absolute tons of resources.
It's chaos.
It really is. No picks, and beatdowns finally goes down. This team is living. They are not picking supports, yeah. This might be the... Oh no! Oh, insanity! Oh no!
And they res,
oh my goodness, they do get the res, but if they can get a quick rotate here onto that next point, that'll be best for them. And they do. They immediately start rotating both supports and just go right up.
And they're counting again. Well, so much for the...
Where's the Widow, though, from Dead Inside? Come on. Booger Bear taking down Big Green. You might just have to eat your words here. And... Insanity. That is it. Yep.
There's one left, Boogers. But he's trying to get out.
I mean,
he touches again.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Sakura and Dead Inside are back, though.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Falls.
You really hate to see it. Well, this will be a win here, I think.
Oh, wait.
Barring some sort of miracle.
No,
which there isn't. This is a win for Houston. Houston take down Montreal 3-1 to cap off the first match of playoffs and move on in the Emerald League playoffs here in Season 6 of United Rogue Overwatch. Dragon Master, talk to me. What do you think of this series?
There was a lot of chaos. It looked strong from MTL at the beginning, and then slowly it looked like Houston kind of figured out what they were up to and stuffed them out. And then from there, the morale seemed to slowly dwindle until the end. They didn't really seem to even be grouped up, and they're kind of just, you know, running them down.
It certainly did, and you know, you hate to see it. It was a lot of work there going in from both teams, but it was also unfortunate that Parasite seemed to die like first almost every single fight, and he was kind of surrounded. I mean, they were definitely hunting him. You could see a lot of the focus being put on, and it worked out. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, it was a strong showing there in more than a little bit of map take there from Montreal. It's not like they got clean swept. They most certainly did not. But definitely a handy win there on the part of Houston. Houston, a historically strong roster, you know, before the season, certainly during this season. I'm not surprised that they had the showing today that they did. I must say I'm not particularly a fan of of the trash talk, morale games and all that type of stuff. But it happens, mind games are a part of competition just like anything else. Yep. So with that, if you've got nothing else, that'll be it for me, and we'll be wrapping up our first series today. More to come in Ruby. We've yet to even start our Ruby playoffs yet. We've got a lot of...
It's Buffalo versus War, which is going to be a big game.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of big matchups, a lot of action here on the United Rogue Overwatch stream here to cap out your Season 6 playoffs. Thank you to all of our viewers, players, production, and everybody else. We hope you all have a good night. Been me and Dragon Master here in the booth.